the raid's on us.
That should make Mr. Clark very happy.
Get down there and check that car. Make sure Big Juice Atkins is finished.
What's the rush? We got no sheriff to worry about anymore.
We still have the feds. They'll be sending up their morning patrol chopper any time, so move it. We got a couple of $1 million waiting to be made.
You're bluffing.
Bluffing? Hey, all right, then call these 3 big stacks right there, Mama. The casino, winner speaking.
Colt, it's Irene.
Just a minute. Excuse me. Irene. Irene Atkins, is that you?
I'm really sorry to bother you again. I know you did everything you could when you heard about Big Juice.
Well, he was my friend. And you still are. Come on, if you need something, just tell me. I'm just sorry I didn't get back for the funeral.
My son, he's been arrested. I'm at the county prosecutor's office now. I don't have the money to bail him out.
Hey, it's on the way. How much do you need?
The bail is $50,000.
$50,000? No, that's no revenue arrest. What'd he do?
They say he tried to kill a man named Ed Clark.
Why?
It's a local problem, Colt.
Do you want me to come down there?
No, I don't want you to get involved in this mess. I just need some help to get my son out. No, it's asking a lot, but...
Look, I'll take care of it. Just give me some details.
You call Colt's bluff, Howie. You're the only one left with $3.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lose it to save your money. You see him.
Terry, I need a $50,000 bail for an 18-year-old kid in South Carolina. It's Irene Atkins' kid.
Little Juice is in trouble?
Yeah.
Colt, a $50,000 bail, that requires a 10% bond. Do you have $5,000?
Well,
It's an awful lot of money. And I'm not licensed in South Carolina. I'd have to arrange it through a bondsman down there. You'd want security. What have you got that's worth $50,000?
well, this house.
You don't want to put up your home.
Oh, come on, and the truck's half paid for. Add that equity in.
This kid's name wouldn't happen to be Colt Jr., would it?
No. If she'd married the right man, it might have been.
Okay, everybody. Let's get set. I want to do this in one take. Bring the truck forward. Colt, Howie, get in position. Roll cameras. Get ready in the wagon, Howie.
Now go.
Got it.
And action. Okay, Colt, go for it. Got it. That's a print. Okay, I need another magazine for the big camera.
Good job, Jody. You too, Peter.
Yeah, but you were supposed to take the boat with you.
Well, salt air's good for the lungs. Call it a bonus for the director.
Yeah, we're lucky if he doesn't make us pay damages.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, well, I am fine. I have a place to sleep. You're in trouble.
You want to give me the good news first? Okay, then the bad.
The Atkins boy didn't show up for his hearing this morning. He forfeited his bail. The local bondsman's calling in his security, and I've got to call in mine, Colt.
What could have happened to Little Juice?
Oh, it's easy. He skipped. But what about you? You don't have a home.
Or a truck. The house won't cover it all, Colt.
Well, come on, if the kid's anything like his father, he wouldn't skip out on a friend. Did you call Irene?
Yeah, well, I tried, but she doesn't have a phone. Local bondsman said he's running wild. He said something about moonshine.
Well, how long can you stall?
Well, a week for sure. Or 2 at the most. I'll do what I can. Why? What can I do?
Well, I got to get down there.
Good. The 2 of us can drive nonstop, making a day and a half.
I was figuring on flying down alone.
Flying or driving, Colt, I'm going along. You don't have an exclusive on Big Juice's friendship.
Well, what do I do?
You start packing up the house. I'm going down there to help the kid, not turn him in. If I lose, start looking for a 2-bedroom tent.
There's good times a-coming just up around that bend. Gotta push those storm clouds away and let the sun shine in.
Mathematically, it makes more sense to drive rather than fly to South Carolina. You know, air schedules, waiting time, car rentals. This is a better way.
Kid, will you shut up? Talk less and drive more, will you?
The good times are coming.
Great weather you folks got here.
Colt, am I glad to see you? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right, Irene. We're here to straighten this thing out.
It's good to see you, too.
We came to help.
Oh, help. I don't know how. My husband's dead, my son's a fugitive, and Ed Clark is riding high.
Who's Ed Clark?
He's the man my son tried to kill.
You mentioned the name before, but you didn't say why.
Ed Clark came up here from Florida to take over the moonshine in the area, and he pushed out all the small operators like us.
You know, moonshine's American history in these parts. I mean, illegal but overlooked. We all know that. Why would Clark come down on a bread and butter operation like this?
I don't know, Colt, but he's here now. So are the federal authorities. He's taken over old Simms Mill, using it as a warehouse. He's got a whole bunch of city toughs with him, and he uses every kid in town as a driver, except for Little Juice.
It still doesn't make sense. There's just not enough money to be made in moonshine.
Apparently there's enough to keep my son in hiding.
Where is he?
Colt, I can't tell you.
Look, I'm not going to hurt him. I'm not even going to force him to come in, but I do got to talk to him.
He's in the woods, but you're not going to be able to find him unless he wants to be found.
Hiding?
Hiding. And raiding every delivery that Ed Clark makes, just like his dad did.
Is that what caused Big Juice's, accident?
Big Juice was onto something. The county prosecutor, Sykes, said that.
Virgil Sykes?
Don't I know him, Colt?
Yeah, he's a lawyer from Chicago. At least I've always known him to be an honest man.
Well, he may be honest. But he's not from these parts. He's a city man, a stranger.
But after 15 years, we're going to go pay him a little visit.
Be careful.
We'll be back.
It's a moonshine war. The federal authorities are here already. Colt, martial law would close up this town.
What about the sheriff, his deputies?
What sheriff? We haven't had a sheriff in 4 months. He was found dead in his wrecked car. Something like what happened to Big Juice.
What have you done about that?
I am not a lawman or an investigator. If someone is arrested and charged, I will prosecute him to the best of my ability.
But if you got no sheriff, no one's arrested. You do nothing. Can't you appoint one temporarily until you have another election?
Sure. Which side would you like me to take him from? The only volunteer I've had so far has been one of Ed Clark's henchmen.
None of the townspeople?
Well, nobody's stupid enough to be a volunteer target.
Then you're just a spectator in all this.
It's not the way I'd like it to be. But as long as I've been in this county, the townspeople consider me an outsider. Oh, they're polite the way they'd be to any stranger. But they don't involve me, and they don't trust me.
Yeah, well, I think it's your city ways.
But that's the way I am. I can't change by putting on a pair of boots. I accept their home brew as a custom. Why can't they accept a suit and a tie?
Well, it's not making you very popular.
I don't seem to be popular with anyone these days. The feds won't talk to me either.
Well, how do you handle this mess?
I can't. Maybe you can. Let me know if you find a way. Colt. Maybe you can start by getting the Atkins boy out of it.
Out of where?
Bring him to me where he'll be safe. I'm not looking to add any grief to that family.
He won't be easy to find.
Well, maybe I can give you a few ideas.
Virgil said he was about 15 miles outside of town, near Old Mill Road.
We'll turn off here.
Can we spread out and surround him, Colt?
Yeah, sure, we'll form a circle. Look, I want to talk, not capture.
Why don't we just call out?
Because if he runs on us, we may not find him again.
me, Colt! It's me, Colt Severs!
Colt, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
I'm sorry. I could have killed you.
Yeah, I'm just glad you can't shoot like your dad could.
It was the best.
Yeah, you're right there. He was the best.
Forget all that law and justice bull. Ed Clark killed my father. I waited around for a couple months to see if anything could get done about it. It wasn't. So, I went after him myself.
Kid, you don't have to get yourself killed to prove you're your father's son. Your mother's already a widow. I mean, you don't want to take away the only thing she's got left.
I'm not letting Clark get away with everything he's pulled.
Look, if your father had something on Clark, I'll find it. I'll get him.
Not if I get him first.
All right, I'll make a deal with you. I'll stick around and I'll help. But you got to turn yourself in.
So that's what you want. You want to trade me in for money.
Let me tell you something, kid. If that's all I wanted, you'd be in handcuffs right now.
Of all the words in the dictionary, you managed to find the combination that makes the least sense and the most trouble. The only reason he's here is because he used to bounce you on his knee instead of on your head.
Then why weren't you both at the funeral?
Look, kid, we were in Manila, in the jungles, on a job, making a movie. We didn't know till your pop was dead a month. Now, you gotta trust somebody. I'm all you got.
Prove it. Because I'm not just turning myself in.
Okay, you give me 2 days to prove that I can be trusted. But you gotta promise me you'll stay in these woods and not pull another raid till then.
You got nothing to lose.
That's illegal. I mean, the feds are already watching every move in this town.
Yeah, well, they're wrong, and so are you. I found it right here in the town charter. It's the law.
The law may be legal, but your intentions aren't.
Now, read this, Virgil. Right here in the town charter. Now, look. Highest elected official, that's you, Virgil, has the authority to appoint temporary law enforcement during the interim period of a designated election. See, it's right there, almost in plain English.
I know what it says. What I'm concerned about is intent.
The law is only as good as the people who enforce it.
Well, all this is pointless anyhow, because the charter also demands that the appointee be a resident of this county.
I got that covered. Now, this man never officially changed his residence. Let me present to you a lifetime resident of this county, a man striving for a career in law enforcement and officially filing his candidacy for the next election, Mr. Howard Munson.
Just call me Sheriff. I'll call you Virgil. We're gonna work well together. You know, I have a year in police administration at Columbia.
What is the point of all of this? Whatever it is you two are planning.
Come on, I've done some thinking on it. What do we got to lose?
We have this town to lose, and I care what happens to it. This is my home. All right, I don't like what Ed Clark and his bunch are doing to it. I'll go along with the gamble. But I warn you, if you two get out of line, I'll prosecute you as fast as anyone else.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, then, I'm also the town clerk, so raise your hand, boy, and repeat after me.
Watch out. Still a little wet.
Who is this Yoko?
That's little Howie Munson.
Well, keep talking, Samuel.
Who is he?
Well, he grew up in the town next over. His folks had a farm over there. They ain't there anymore. Kid was a good athlete. He went away to a lot of colleges. I guess he's back now. He'll make a good sheriff.
The last thing either of us need is a good sheriff. Or anyone else butting into our business. I'll see you later.
Sure thing, Mr. Clark.
Listen, you better make some pickups at the local stills. I want to keep a flow going, okay?
It's me.
You sure these new tins are watertight? I mean, if the alcohol leaks into the cocaine, we're out of $2 million before we even pay for it.
Airtight, watertight, and alky-tight.
All right. Make up a load for the Tennessee drop.
You got
Let's get this business on the road.
And furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, law. Law is the backbone of our nation. Without it, we stumble into anarchy.
Howie, let's don't take this too serious. The last elected sheriff didn't collect his pension.
Well, I gotta make it look good, don't I? I'll make a few campaign promises I can't keep, point out the political errors of my opponents.
Howie, you're running unopposed.
Well, I know that, but still, it wouldn't be the American way. It could mess up politics for years to come. Political science, Dartmouth, 76.
Bull. Seaver's 83. Now, hand me a half-inch socket.
Fastest wrench in the West. My destiny is to become a living legend.
Howie, you've only got one speech to make. What's important is that you get it right tonight. Now, put these tools away.
You just don't understand the two-party system.
Enough already.
It's none of your business why we're here, but Washington needs your cooperation. We're no backwoods operation. I've already run a check on Munson and Seaver. They're Hollywood stuntmen. Munson is no sheriff. The only thing that I could figure is you or they intending to get involved in this moonshine operation.
Me? I am the town prosecutor, you nitwit. You can't accuse me of being a crook.
I can and I have. Unless you can tell me exactly what it is you and the Seavers are involved in.
We are involved in trying to bring a little law and order to this town. All you're interested in is your little game. This town will not survive it.
Then it won't. That's not my problem, that's yours. That and the fact that if I could tie Munson or Seavers into anything, I'll add your name to a conspiracy indictment.
Unless you want to arrest me right now, I'd like you to get out of my office.
Thanks.
I want you to know I'm very grateful to you for everything you're trying to do, and to Howie. But I don't want you to get hurt.
Hey,
I don't
come
want
on,
you to
come on,
risk
come
your
on.
life.
Don't worry about it, Irene. I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
I think you're doing what you think you should do. And I care for you much too much to see you get hurt.
Come on, I got just as much interest in living as you do.
Don't play with me, Colt. I love my son very much, but I don't want another death to get him out of trouble. I've already lost one man. Now, don't get nervous. I'm not looking for a replacement.
I don't know whether to feel relieved or disappointed.
Let's just leave it at that. Have one more nice memory.
We're just friends.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose my vote.
He's scooting west over to Oak. That's open road, drop down. Us the last time. These kids know the roads better than the map makers. They don't need eyes.
This road is closed to commercial traffic from dusk until dawn. Put a little distance between you and that car, son. You ever see what happens when alcohol explodes? Keep on going until you get back to town.
Looks like we got a couple of new guys trying to get into the cocaine business.
I ducked the revenue chopper all right, but then this guy came swooping down out of the woods in a fancy truck. And then the sheriff sounded off.
Are you sure that everything burned? The whole load?
It blew up.
Okay, take off. I'll set you up with a new car for your next load. Now get out of here. How much was in that load?
About 40,000.
What got through?
3 other loads.
Ah, then we broke even. We cannot afford to be in a business that stays even. We got the best drivers in the country running for us, and some guy comes along in a truck and runs him off the road.
Well, maybe we picked the wrong town.
It worked before, and it still can. Now, we're going to finish this shipment, and then we're going to run straight alky for a while. We'll let the feds catch us once or twice. Maybe it'll keep them guessing.
We still got to finish this load.
We will. Tomorrow night, we'll set up a couple of dummy routes, and then later on, you're going to slide out and make the fisherman's delivery.
Well, if that guy Severs comes after me, I'll be ready for him.
Hey, you know, I watched what you pulled out there. That was some driving.
Thanks. Well, now that I delivered, it's time for you to live up to your end of the bargain.
Well, I ain't exactly sure that I need anybody else doing my business for me.
Your business? Colt and I are into this up to our gun belts.
Up to our gun belts?
That sheriff talk. We're in it as deep as you are.
Anyway, it's time for you to surrender.
I'm gonna stay on the outside with you two.
Look, Clark just might try to hunt us all down. I'm not going to sit by and watch your mother bury her only son. I'm telling you, you're going in.
Yeah, well, you ain't my father.
Well, son, right now I'm the closest thing you got to a father. And the first thing I'm going to do is to teach you to keep your word. You wouldn't walk out on your father. I'm hoping you won't walk out on me.
Hey, the new sheriff got little juice. He's all right.
Hello, Virgil. My son is here to surrender.
I think you've made the right decision. You all right, son? Well, guess we better go inside and start the procedures.
Hold up there a minute.
You two get inside.
All right, boys, ain't no lynch mob's gonna take no prisoner away from me. Not while I'm the sheriff.
Take him away from you? I came over here to congratulate you. You might say I have a special interest in keeping this punk in jail. I just hope you're not stupid enough to release him again.
The judge will set the bail, not me.
Well, let's hope he takes your advice and makes it nice and high. I don't like people around who are after my head.
That's why I'm here. I represent the law.
And I represent free enterprise. They usually support each other.
Well, in that case, Mr. Clark, I assume I can count on your vote?
Why don't you come up to my office and we'll discuss it.
I'll see you in the woods sometime. Unless, of course, you're afraid of the dark.
I think it's time to change targets. We'll set up for the sheriff's partner, Severs. He seems to be gaining control.
Okay, Cedar, I want you to take that road that leads to Route 4.
That's where the sheriff's staked out.
That's right. And if he jumps you, let him have the load, okay? Got it? Go on.
Okay, now you go make the drop to the fisherman.
tastes like good Coke. We'll run our own test later.
If you want to get another load of anything out of these hills, you'd better deal with me.
Who are you?
Colt Severs, best driver in the state.
I got plenty of drivers.
You got any that's got the new sheriff in their pocket?
Are you claiming you do?
For a price. He's my cousin. And I took out your hotshot driver.
That could make you my enemy.
Or your best friend. Ask him, he's your man.
You know this man?
Yeah, he's Colt Severs. He can drive an automobile all right.
You know the sheriff?
Munson's his cousin. Munson's followed him around since he was a pup, walking on his hind legs.
Thank you. Beat it.
I can get all your shipments through. Or guarantee the opposite.
You know, so far all I've heard is talk from you. Saying it's one thing, delivering on it's another.
A blue station wagon 30 miles west of here. Little clearing off Interstate 9. I just saw 12 cans of moonshine, 12 little surprise packages inside.
You be here at midnight. I'll fill you in then.
You got it.
Get the other drivers in here. You know the route. Now, if this guy Severs moves 1 foot off of you, or if he makes any stops, dump him. Either way, I get what I want. Here's your route and point of delivery.
You just tell me where, I'll find my own way.
You're working for me. We'll be doing it my way, understood?
Oh, understood.
Relax, Dylan. The coke's safe enough. I got Severs covered like a blanket.
And you better hope there's no mothballs in it, because he's carrying close to $100,000 worth of powder.
He's headed north on Mills Road. So far, so good. You pick him up at the intersection of 19. I'll stay behind and I'll hopscotch when you need it.
Okay, but don't give him too much of a lead. He's driving a loaded car. You got the front covered?
Don't worry about me, I got it. You turned east on Elm Road. You just went off the route. Take him.
Push him in my direction. I got that trail covered. Lock him where the road narrows. There's no out on Elm Road.
Blocked. Pushing.
We're right on top of him.
Sorry, fellas.
I'd better open fire. It looks like Severs is going to get through with Clark's shipment. Where is he? I lost him in the trees.
Well, I can't say officially, of course, without a lab test.
Well, it's not moonshine, and certainly ain't baby powder.
Unofficially, I'd say you have some high-grade cocaine here. This explains Agent Turner's interest in our affairs.
You know, Virgil, I think we're going to have to stretch the rules here a little bit.
Why can't we do things the lawful way?
Well, right now we're talking justice rather than lawful.
Irene could sure use some of that justice. I'm not committing myself, but what did you have in mind?
Oh, we just want you to wait a couple of days before you make any of this official.
What would you tell me about it now for?
We thought you'd want to know.
Yeah.
You two are a set. I mean, it just makes you happy to try to convert me to your unorthodox ways of doing things, doesn't it? And I'm being kind in my choice of words. What else did you have in mind?
Well, I just want to use the drugs to try and trap Clark. You know, at least put a little pressure on him so he'll blow his operation.
Okay, I don't want to hear any more. I'll do it. What do I do?
Check a few records for me.
Like what?
Like the name of record on Clark's warehouse. I mean, that's got to be where they're packaging the stuff.
That's it? That's all you want from me?
That's it. But, of course, unless while you're here you want to be a witness, Howie, would you swear me in as deputy?
Oh, my...
And then we're going to pick up Tommy Cedar and make him sweat a little, huh?
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. Colt, do you solemnly swear?
Look, I ain't done nothing to be arrested for. You ain't just picking up extra pocket money making alky runs. I mean, that's community service around here. No one ever got put away for long on that. Hell, Tommy, you are running cocaine.
Not me, no way. I don't mess with drugs like that.
I didn't know about it either till just today.
Well, either way, I didn't figure you'd turn me over to the law.
He ain't the law. He's a friend.
Look, I don't mess with no drugs. I didn't know. I'll be quitting anything to do with Ed Clark.
Mm-hmm. You and the rest of the kids your age. But first, you are going to deliver a message.
What do you want?
I came to deliver a message. People know I'm here. A lot of people. So I better not get hurt or nothing like that.
Do I have any reason for wanting to hurt you?
Well, Colt Severs says he wants you to put $10,000 in front of Town Hall by 11 o'clock tonight or you never see your package again. He says you're getting a bargain and don't be a jerk. Oh, yeah, I quit. And I think the rest of the guys from town will be doing the same. We ain't angels, but we ain't creeps either.
What are you gonna do now?
Well, Murph, if you hadn't let Severs get away, I wouldn't have to do a thing. Meanwhile, 10 grand is pennies compared to the cocaine he's holding.
What if it's a trick?
10 grand won't change my life any, but unless I deliver these drugs and pay off the Florida connection, I don't stand much chance of living it. And neither do you, Murph, so I'm gonna let you make the money drop.
I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast.
Virgil, you're going to be just fine. All the pressure's going to be off. As soon as you deliver a message to Federal Agent Turner, that he can pick up Ed Clark and his henchmen in front of the warehouse tonight.
Yeah, Colt. Figure that's U.S. currency, all right. What's it got to do with us?
Well, I figured we could do a little business.
You figuring on turning all of California on to White Lightning, or you just going to fill your swimming pool?
Well, I don't have a swimming pool. Got a tub in the backyard.
Maybe you should have never left home. Seems to me like you had that here years ago.
Yeah, well, this one's filled with hot water.
Cold water's better for you.
What is it you want to buy?
Well, $10,000 worth of that moonshine pumped into Adkins' old tanker truck here.
We got $10,000 worth of alky?
Depends on what you want to charge for a gallon.
What are you going to do with all this booze?
Well, gee, I thought I'd bring a lot of light into a lot of people's lives.
Maybe close the trap on Ed Clark.
In a case like that, you get it at local discount. You leave the old truck and come back in a couple of hours. Take my car.
Keys in it?
Keys are in it. Could have made a better deal. No wonder he ain't got no swimming pool.
Maybe he can't swim.
It's a Florida corporation. 3 phone calls and a favor, and I have found out that Clark owns the corporation and the warehouse.
What difference does that make, Colt?
None now.
Well, we can get a search warrant and go in there. We can do this lawfully.
Virgil, you're doing it again.
What?
Remembering things.
That you keep forgetting that you promised not to remember.
Forget it.
Hello.
Hello, Flunky. Let me talk to your boss.
It's him.
You really push your luck, Severs.
Well, it's only got to hold for about another minute.
I paid. I want my goods back.
No, I won't go back on my word. In fact, they're about to be delivered personally. Have you ever seen an alcohol fire?
What the hell are you talking about?
About a blue flame, hotter than almost any fuel, burns almost invisible.
No, I haven't seen one. What?
You got exactly 30 seconds until you see 2,000 gallon of it blaze right through your front door.
He said he's gonna blow the whole place up in 30 seconds.
Get out of here.
Grab the goods.
Drop your weapons and the next burger you see is going to be your permanent home.
Agent Turner, take those plastic bags of Mr. Clark. You'll have your evidence of possession of cocaine. And you can stop night flying. You start remembering now, Virgil. The boy will be okay. Virgil promised he'd have the charges officially dropped.
I was wrong about him. He's not an outsider.
Yeah, he's a good man. I was surprised he never got married.
Are you going to give up making movies and become a matchmaker?
No, not really. Just thought I'd give it a shot while I was here.
Okay, consider it done. Now mind your own business. I've got plenty of things to keep me busy, and a lot of good things to remember. I don't need a romance.
Oh, why not? You're still a beautiful woman.
Still? Make it sound like I'm over the hill. I'm not.
I know that.
You should also realize I've been in love with 2 men in my life. One's dead, and the other is going to keep jumping off buildings and crashing cars until one day his bones don't knit together anymore, or he kills himself. Say goodbye, Colt. You go race your cars. I'll finish raising my boy.